going to be our photographer on board. She's a professional photographer. And then Leslie makes us all complete. She's going to be driving for us today. So she's very important because she gets as close to the animals and has control of the keys, and she can bump down if she really wants. But she probably will. Has anybody ever done this before? You guys have done it? Just you or both of you? Both of you? Okay. Anybody else? No? All right. Well, basically, for those of you who have not done this, what we're going to be doing is we have to take a short little walk down to the loading dock, and then we're going to get on the back of a truck. A truck. It's modified so that it's standing room only, so we will be standing up and holding on really tight to the sides of the truck. We do have a cabinet down there. If you would like to put anything, actually, well, you have a bag. You can throw your bags in the cabinet and it's locked up so that you don't have to carry things on with you. We do not allow open food containers on the truck, and we don't allow plastic bags since one of our giraffes has she thinks they're very tasty, so we're not allowing plastic bags on the tour either. So you can throw those things in the cabinet as well, okay? There she is. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get going. You guys ready?
No.
Yeah, we have a cabinet. You guys ready to go? All right, let's go ahead and head on down there.
You are hearing
I just put down ahead 20.
Okay, we have a couple of safety things to go over. I'm going to try and fight with Montu to win your attention. Just a couple of things for our safety and for the safety of the animals out there. The first of which, if you could turn around and look behind you, that is the area that we're going out on. There is a road, but it is very bumpy. There's lots of potholes. We've been getting a lot of rain here lately, so rain usually equals potholes. So hold on tight to the side of the truck at all times. We will be doing probably a little off-roading as well, so just hold on tight. Leslie is an excellent driver, but sometimes there are things even she can't predict are coming along. But if she happens to see a pothole in the road and she thinks it's going to be extra bumpy, she's going to beep the horn for you. She's beeping for you, not for the animals. We don't beep at the animals. Some people are, why are you beeping at the animals? We're not beeping at you. When the truck is stopped, you are more than welcome to move around wherever you'd like to go. You can go towards the animals or run in the opposite direction. Everything is fine with me. But as soon as you hear that horn beep again, that means find your spot on the side of the truck and hold on tight, okay? The second thing is that if you happen to drop anything over the edge of the truck, the side of the truck, please let me know. Even if it's something as insignificant as like a cap on a bottle or a piece of paper, those animals love to investigate everything that falls out of this truck. And by doing so, they pick it up and put it in their mouths and chew on it for a little while and possibly swallow it. So we don't want anything like that to happen. So just let me know. I promise you won't get into trouble. I've dropped things over myself. The third thing, and one of the most important things, is that the animals most likely will come right up to the truck, okay? So you're going to have giraffe heads and stuff, not just giraffe heads, necks and bodies included, but you're going to have animals that are right up here. Some of them don't like to be touched in certain areas. Some of them don't like to be touched at all. They're very particular about it. We always want them to be very comfortable with this situation so that they keep on coming back. We want it to be positive for them. So I'm going to let you know how to interact with these animals. So I ask that you just hold off for a minute before you reach out and touch them when the animals first come up to the truck. I promise you'll get to touch them. But I just want to make sure that the animal's always comfortable with this and that we are comfortable too, okay? I'm here for you guys to ask me any questions that you want to during the course of the tour. I apologize ahead of time if I talk too much and bore you, but I will be kind of throwing facts out, the whole time, because I know lots of fun stuff about these animals. So if you guys are ready to go, we can go ahead and take off. You guys ready? All right.
because you're being silly. Do it right. Yes, you were. You didn't even do it right. Did you let me do it? That hurts your hand?
to our Serengeti Plain here at Busch Gardens. It's about 32 acres that we have out here, and in this 32 acres we have animals from all over the continent of Africa. They don't necessarily live together out there. Some of them live in the desert, some of them live in the plains, some of them live in the rainforest. But for our purposes, we have them living together here because we can provide them with everything they can possibly need. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of roam around out here and see what we can see. I'm going to tell you some cool stuff about all the animals, and then hopefully, if they are feeling like it, they will come right up to the truck and you get to interact with them. Now the first big girl I see over here on the passenger side of the truck, this is Dolly. Dolly is about 25 years old, so she is on the old side for a giraffe. She is a reticulated giraffe. All the giraffes that we have here are reticulated. And I think she's going to make her way over here. Hi, Doll. Hi, pretty lady. Now, this is good because Dolly is the sweetest of all of our giraffes. She is a very nice girl, and she has been doing this for so long that it's completely second nature for her. So when she comes over, if you would like to touch her, you're more than welcome to touch her on the neck. Please stay away from the general face area. They really don't like it when people are putting their fingers near their nose and eyes and stuff. And they will throw their heads a little bit if you do that. So we want to make sure that that doesn't happen. So here she comes. Hi, little lady. Here, girlie. Dolly. All of our animals here seem to have ADD. Very short attention spans. Hey, doll. Hey, Kimi, come here, girlie. Come on. I'm not coming to you. You got to come to me. What's going on? She's got something going on. She's looking that way, but her ears are facing that way, so she's scanning. Come on, girl. Dolly. Now, Dolly is with child right now, so you can see her belly is protruding from her sides. She will be pregnant for about 15 months. Right now, I think she's maybe about 10 months along or so. I'm not really sure exactly how far along she is. Now, when you feed her, I will hand out some food to everybody. Please hold it above your head so that her head doesn't come in contact with yours, because if you have a head swinging match or a head bunting match with Dolly, she will win. And she'll win in a big way because you're probably getting knocked unconscious. So I'll go ahead and hand this to her. So again, just hold it above your head. I'm going to give you a bunch of them. And if you want to, you can feed them all at once, or you can do it one at a time. There you go. Over your head. Yeah, she's a little slimy. Yeah.
How long is her tongue?
Her tongue could possibly be up to 18 inches long. That is from tip to end.
I know giraffe generally eat off the top of the tree. Yeah. What do you guys use to supplement?
Snooty.
Well,
So she's pregnant. She might be on That's My Baby.
but we also have grains and alfalfa and stuff that will have nutrients in there that will supplement their diet.
I'm trying to get my little man. I got some.
They actually don't even have, they don't have to eat as much here as they would out in the wild because they're not roaming around.
She knows where the food is.
Oh yeah, it's like a buffet line.
What are we feeding her now?
These are hibiscus. Love hibiscus. It's so fun.
I'll see her again.
No, I'm going to take you. That's all right. I'll take my wife.
Okay. Well, I still have more if you decide that you want to do it.
Here, Dolly. Dolly, I'm sorry.
Gets distracted so easily. Giraffes are called the watchtowers of the Serengeti, so that is what she's doing. She's keeping an eye out. They can see for about a mile perfectly clearly from those big brown eyes.
No, I gave you some. I gave you mine.
Now, if you see publications, commercials, anything with Busch Gardens giraffe on it, most likely it's Dolly, because she is the most photogenic of all of our giraffes. She seems to stay still a lot longer than other giraffes. But today she's proven me wrong. Dolly! Dolly! She's like, what? Oh yeah, I forgot, I'm eating. You see that tongue, how long she can reach out? Now, you had the pleasure of getting slimed by Dolly, feeling the bottom of her tongue. It's very smooth and soft, and it's got a lot of saliva. That saliva helps to coat the thorns and stuff that they actually take in when they're eating their favorite food, which is acacia from an acacia tree. Acacia trees can have about 2-inch thorns on them. If you'd like some more browse, you can come over here and I'll hand it out to you. If I walk around, she'll just follow me.
How come you haven't got her?
Does anybody want any more? If we don't keep on giving her food, she will walk away. Their love is very conditional.
You've been slime.
Did you guys feel the top of her tongue though? It feels like a cat's tongue. It's all sandpapery.
Just reach out and touch it.
That helps to grab things. See, giraffes are very well adapted to feeding on very tall trees. You can see all of our trees here are pretty much all started at the same point. So the giraffes have eaten everything up until that point.
Yeah, I see it. Very intuitive.
All of them.
He finished. Exactly. And he knows better. Don't you know better? I tell you all the time, don't I?
She's like, I don't know if I want to exert that much effort to, get that little tiny piece. Dolly? Dolls. There's something going on that she just is worried about. Hey, Dolly! You guys want to do some more?
It's like a real gritty.
Now, can you guys see how Dolly is, when she goes to put her head up, see how it almost goes completely? They can put their head at a, what would that be, 180-degree angle, whatever. Straight up. Whereas we have something in our necks that stops our head from flipping all the way back. She doesn't have that. My sunglasses too, little lady. Thanks. Aw. Guess I'm going to be wearing those anytime soon. And that helps her to feed off the tops of the trees. And you can see her bones sticking through her neck. That is completely normal. She is a very healthy giraffe. All the giraffes are like that. Their skin has to be very tight to their bones and to the rest of them. It helps aid with circulation because they need all the help they can get. Blood traveling throughout that whole long body. They actually have 2 extra valves in their necks too that help to make sure that they don't have any back blood. Dolly's eyesight I think is starting to go because sometimes she's right in front of her and she doesn't see it. See? Dolly, look! Wow. You're silly. You're silly girl. Now you can see Dolly has 5 horns on her head. This is 1 horn. 2, 3. And then there's 2 behind those 2 big horns. Those are considered horns too because they are extensions from the skull.
She's had her ear pierced.
Yes, she had a tag in her ear. We used to have all of their ears tagged until we found out very quickly actually that one of our giraffes, Tango, likes to chew all the tags out of everybody's ears. Not just the giraffes, but all the animals out here. So now we actually have microchips implanted in their shoulders. I'm not sure if Dolly has one because she's so old, and I think that may have been, she was before the time of microchipping, but most of the giraffes have them, if not all of them. Now Dolly's actually got a very special story because Dolly was once a wild animal. We don't make a practice of taking animals out of their natural habitat, but back in 1984, her and her friends were traveling around in Kenya, and there were about 17 of them, and they were going onto farmers' land and eating all the crops and just really doing some major damage out there. And the farmers complained about it, and the government gave them permission to kill the entire herd should it come onto their land. So when Mr. Busch of Busch Gardens, not President Bush, heard about this, he sent a team of people out there, a team of keepers and researchers and stuff, and got all those giraffes and brought them over here to Busch Gardens. And that was back in 1984. And Dolly and one other girl, Dux, who is in the back having a baby very soon also, are the only two left from that initial herd, because they do only live about 25 to 30 years in captivity. They will only live 15 to 20 years out in the wild. So we extended her lifestyle, probably doubled it.
What did they die of?
What's that?
How did they die? Where did they die?
Most likely, it's going to be predation. Once they reach a certain age, they're very prone to arthritis, having those long legs, and they stand up almost their entire lives. The only time they ever lay down is if they're very sick, or if they're, having joint problems, or if they really need to take a break and they know that it's safe. But once they lay down, they have no defense, first of all, because their legs are their biggest defense. They can kick a lion's head almost clear off. That's why we're so up high. And so their legs are curled up underneath them and their neck is exposed. So that's when they're going to be eaten by other animals. I still have more. Do you want it? Here. Yeah. We're going to go and look for some babies. We do have a couple of babies out here. I love the big fatty lip. Now the reason why we're all set, Leslie, thank you. The reason why we are able to feed the giraffes out here because they do not have any upper front teeth. No ruminant does. So your cows, your goats, giraffes, antelopes, any ruminant does not have any top front teeth. They don't need them because they're going to be eating mostly browsing from the trees and also getting grasses from the ground. So they have a very hard upper palate, but we don't have to worry about the teeth or any of the other giraffes. Well, over to the driver's side, in front, we have some of our zebras. We have two different species of zebras here. Zebras are not considered to be in the same species anymore. They're actually different species from each other. These are called Giraffes zebras. And I've been told that these animals are more closely related to donkeys than they are to any other kind of zebra. So that's pretty interesting. Giraffes are the largest of the species of zebras, and the unique thing about them is that they do not have any stripes on their belly. You see how her belly is all white? All other zebras have stripes that go all the way around. We have Grant zebras, I heard somebody say Grant, over on Rhino Rally, and they do have stripes that go all the way around. They look much different than these animals. Their stripes are much further apart, and they're fatter than these. The Giraffes zebras are endangered because they are hunted extensively for their fur, for their patterns. There are more stripes per square inch there, so you get more money for those hides. So unfortunately, they've been a source of income for many poachers out in Africa. But we're trying our best to try and get them back. And as you can see, little roadblock in front of us, bird. You can see from this, being this close to them, you can see that zebras are not actually black and white. They are brown and white, with the exception of stallions. There are some stallions that have been shown to be actually black and white, but these are all girls. Woo! Very graceful. Now she's doing that for one of two reasons. She's either doing it to get the parasites and the flies and stuff off of her back, or she's doing it to cool off, because as you roll around, it's cooler underneath in the sand, so she's probably doing that to cool off. All right, so we have another visitor over here. This is an antelope. This is called an eland, and we have some food for these guys, so we'll just stay here for a couple minutes and see if maybe we get another one over too. This is the largest antelope in the world, and this little girl does not like it when you reach over the side of the truck and try to touch them, so I ask that you keep your hands inside the truck. We are going to interact with them, but it's going to be through the grates. So you can actually be able to touch their noses and stuff and give them some treats, but it'll have to be through the grates. And we have good stuff for these guys. We have cantaloupe for the antelope.
Cantaloupe for the
Cantaloupe for
antelope.
the antelope. And this is how we're going to do it. See, she knows what's going on. So you just take the cantaloupe and put it right through, and she will take it right out of your hand. I'll go ahead and hand all this stuff out to you guys. Yeah? Yeah?
Do you want another chance? Are you going to tease God's animals? Would you want to be teased with food?
Don't eat it.
All the scratch marks are so good.
I'm
hungry.
Gotta say it. I know people are tempted to.
All the scratch marks.
Those are from other eatings.
Hold on here.
He looked up to me.
What is he doing? We're allowed to touch you in the nose?
Yeah, those are from other eatings. They are very territorial, and they have a hierarchy system.
The bird in front of the truck?
So
What is
this
it?
one is probably more dominant than this one, which is why she's kind of moving over. Yeah, so the spatchers are from under.
They could touch your nose, but you could probably touch their noses.
Can I go over here?
Douglas.
Now the ones that we have here are mostly girls. Sorry. Mostly girls, with the exception of 2 males that were neuters when they were juveniles, so they're not going to get any bigger than the girls. But out in the wild, just here, the adult males are
They have long.
twice the size of these girls. These girls are about 800 pounds to 1,000 pounds. The males get up to 2,000 pounds. They are very large animals.
Probably get another one.
And they have the potential to jump about 10 feet straight away. So the males, if they wanted to, they could jump. So that's one of the reasons why we don't have them out here. And the other reason is because they are extremely aggressive when it comes to breeding. These animals tend to be aggressive in general with each other and with other animals. But when you throw a male into the mix, it's much worse. And you'll notice that we don't have, we don't have many males out here of any animal because of that. I do have a horn in here that I will let you all see. Since we can't touch them from the truck. This is a horn from an animal that passed on a very long time ago. If you look on the inside of this horn, you guys see inside how it's hollow. Does anybody know what goes inside there? Do we know what I just said it. Do you know what horns are made out of? You're close. It's bone. Bone goes right inside there because horns are made out of bone. That's the difference between a horn and an antler. This is keratin. This wraps around the bone and is actually fused to the bone when the bone is inside. Keratin is the same stuff your hair and your fingernails are made out of. It's a protein. It's just a different density of it on the animals. A horn will have the bone. An antler does not have any bone whatsoever. It grows from it's almost like a nail bed, but it's on the top of their head. So if an antler is shed, it will grow back. But if one of these is shed, then it will not grow back. It's broken. It's not going to come back. It's a one chance deal only. So it's a pretty neat thing. If you want to go ahead and pass that around, just be real careful with it. It kind of feels like wood. Oh, you want me to take that for you? Seeing as the animals are gone.
Walked away.
She's like, oh yeah. I know it fell around here somewhere. You just walked right by it, little girl. There it is. Yeah, those are 2 different birds. Those are the white one is a woodchuck, is a native Floridian. The dark blue one is called a marabou bird. The reason why they have their wings out like that is to kind of smooth them out. The sun will iron their feathers as they're sitting like that. They also do it to kind of kill the bacteria and stuff that gets on them, the parasites.
That bluebird. You can, are we allowed to stay?
You can do it right now, but as soon as you start moving. Isn't that neat? It's a lot heavier than a lot of people think it's going to be too. And with the bone, it's twice that weight, times 2 on top of your head. Now that is from a male, and the reason why I know it's from a male is because it's thick around the base and it kind of curves inward. Well, it would be inward if it was still on the its head. The other one would curve up like this, towards the males come almost to a point at the top, whereas the females are very thin and they're much longer. They're one of the very few antelopes where the female's horns are longer than the males, and they go straight back. They go spiral, but they don't curve. You know what I mean? All right, we're gonna go ahead and keep on going. So, oops, sorry. We have some more animals to see. Woo, hot out here. Oh yeah. Yeah. Now there's one of our marabous. We get a nice close-up view of the zebras as we come around the corner here, sitting in the shady spot. They're beautiful animals. Unfortunately for us, they are not very nice. They do not like to be interacted with by humans, or any other animals for that matter. They are very aggressive, and they have top and bottom teeth that are like little lawnmower blades. So I've heard that their bite is about 10 times worse than a horse's. I don't know who got bitten by both a horse and a zebra to be able to make that comparison, but somebody did, and they told us to watch out and not to get bitten by it. There's some babies, yep. We have 2 babies up on the hill over there. Oh, and an Impala. That little gazelle is called an Impala. I'm assuming her group is elsewhere. Oh, there they are, slowly coming over. The Impala are the only ones still with ear tags. That is because Tango cannot catch them. They are the 3rd fastest runners in the world. They can run speeds excessive of 50 miles an hour. Now that is nothing for that animal. That animal can 55-mile-an-hour sprint. And that's what they do. When they get scared or nervous, they're going to run away from their herd. They don't care where the rest of those animals go. They just know that they need to get going somewhere. Every Impala for itself. Every Impala for itself. That's right. If you look at them, see those little black, like tufts of fur on the bottom of their legs? That is actually where their scent glands underneath there. So when they take off, they leave a scent trail behind them, so that when the danger is past, they can follow that scent back to their herd, and they can all meet up together. Of course, 1 and 2 less than they were before, because the sick or the slow ones are going to be the ones that get eaten. They are the most eaten animal out on the Serengeti. We call them the fast food of the Serengeti. I did not make that up. I'm not that cruel. And then the little babies up there, the 2 giraffes, that little one that is trying to eat the tree, her name is Tequila. She's our newest addition out here. We do have babies that are younger than her, but they haven't been introduced to this habitat yet. They're still with their moms in the back. Tequila was born in November, I believe, so she's still a baby. And then the one behind her, her name is Lily, and she is 3 years old, a little over 3. She's our oldest calf that we have out here right now from that particular breeding spurt that we had. In that cave over there are a couple of forest antelopes. Those are called Bongos. Now you can see them pretty well right now, which is very nice. Bongos don't normally come out of the cave. They'll stay in there until it's about dusk time, and then they'll come out, and that's when they eat. It's called being crepuscular. Like nocturnal means that you come out at nighttime. Crepuscular means that you come at dawn and dusk, and that's when you do most of your feeding. Bongos are one of the newest additions to the mammal family. They weren't discovered until about 1940, so they're very new to us, and we don't know too much about them out in the wild because they are very elusive. They kind of hide out in the rainforest. And bongo means 13 in Swahili. They originally thought that they all had 13 stripes going around their backs or coming down their backs, and we know now that it varies from animal to animal. But the name stuck. They're very, very cute animals. They have huge ears, and we have a couple babies in the back. They're basically just ears and legs because they have nice long legs. They're absolutely adorable. We have a pair of twins that are the longest surviving twins ever in recorded history in captivity. So we're very proud of that. They're doing very well. And then we have another baby too. Up on the passenger side ahead of us, we have one of our birds. This is the largest bird in the world. There's also one up on the hill over there. Those are ostriches. Those are redneck ostriches. Yeah, I usually wait for the chuckles to subside. It's not because they're from the south. It's because they have red necks and red legs and black feathers. The males do. The females are pretty drab in coloring. They don't get any more colorful than what these girls are. And the males will get about 8 feet tall. And you see the giraffe and the ostrich walking side by side. They're almost the same height, which is kind of funny. Or it looks like they are. They probably aren't. I'm sure the baby is. The giraffe is a little bit bigger than the ostrich. Oh, we have a bunch of marabous over here, so we actually have some food for the marabous. They are the only meat eaters on the tour, so it's not going to be nice and in the form of so, you don't have to do it. I do have hand cleaner if that makes you any more inclined to do it. But what you're going to do is you're going to take the fish, if you want to, and hold on to it tight because people don't like it when it hits them, and I've seen people throw it on the neighbors by mistake before. So just hold on to it and toss it right out to the marabous, and they are a pretty good catcher. So try not to get it to the wood storks. They do not belong to Busch Gardens. I think they do, but they don't. They eat all of our food. Yeah.
Which one are the wood storks? The white ones?
Which ones are the wood storks? The wood storks are the white ones, yeah. They are actually an endangered species. So we don't mind that they come here and eat our food, but we try not to encourage. Whoa! I was just going to say that too. For the goal.
Yay! That's good too. Where'd he go?
I got a scale.
Oh, that was so funny. Yeah, the woodstars have gotten in the habit of jumping towards the truck so that they can get it. So we don't want the woodstars to be fed, but
Still staying.
Anybody else want one?
Thank you. You're
Look at her, look at Tequila. Hi, cutie pie.
Generally, how big do giraffes?
How big do they get?
No, I'm sorry.
When they're born. When a giraffe is born, the average size is about anywhere between 5'7" to about 6 feet tall, and they usually range about 110 to 120 pounds. Although we have had smaller ones that have been about 80 pounds. Our largest giraffe baby ever born here, her name is Selena. She was 6'4", and she weighed 100. Whoa. Big girl. She's out here somewhere. I'll point her out if she comes around. Yeah. You want another one?
And so many other
I
people
like
have
it when
passed
people.
on the fish.
I know. I like it when people like to throw the
He
fishies.
loves the fish, so he
You want another one too?
make sure the girls don't get it.
Yeah, don't hold on to it for too long because they will take it right out of your hand. Look at the ostrich swimming. Ostriches getting all wet.
Yeah, I can.
All right, I have some hand sanitizer hands together and a portion of bacteria. Sorry. Almost had a girl. Hopefully you don't have any cuts on your hands. Now, American storks are actually very important to the environment that they live in. So are the wood storks here. Wood storks, by the way, are the only storks found in North America. And they are endangered, like I said before. So we like that they take a pit stop here on their migration. They seem to stay a lot longer than they used to, I guess. But the American storks are real important to the environment. They're like a garbage disposal, and they will eat up all the dead stuff because they do eat carcasses and all the nasty stuff that we don't want to take care of. This is Tequila. Hello, girl. She does not like to be touched. She's very young, so she's very, she gets a little scared. She's just getting to the point where she'll take food. Look at me. You do, baby. Now, giraffes, excuse me, was it not good enough for you? Giraffes actually have to learn how to use their tongue, just like a monkey has to learn how to use its tail. They are prehensile, and elephants have to learn how to use their trunk. So at first, it's a little bit weird for her. She has to try and figure out how she's supposed to get that into her mouth. What are you doing? Are you eating or are you playing?
Mom, she'll
Good girl. You're such a good girl. I just love you. You're such a cutie pie. Tequiza and one of our other ones, Batiti, are both exactly the same size, and they look a lot alike. The only way I can tell Tequiza apart from Batiti, a lot of people always ask how I tell them apart or how we tell them apart. The only way I can do it is because her horns go out this way. Can you see that? How her horns kind of go bloop out to the sides. Most giraffes go either straight up in the air or even curve in towards each other, so hers are a little bit odd.
You're a special girl.
She is very special. I just love her. Look at her. She's investigating.
Wow,
Are you going to eat that?
Excuse me, Miss Carol.
Yes.
Can I get a leaf?
Yes. Just be very careful with her because if you move too fast, she'll run away. So, look, she's got one.
He's a boy.
She's like, I don't
You know what? This is
about
what happened.
that.
You were teasing.
She's like, you
what's the
look
other girl's
familiar,
name?
but that
Dolly.
she does
Dolly, and
not.
Dolly came back and said, "Don't accept food from the little boy with the ponytail." He teases us. So now
Dolly
you got a
spread the word
reputation
about
with
it.
the animals. You're like, you're not about to tease me.
Yeah, they don't like being teased. Although it happens to them every day, unfortunately. There's always somebody who likes to hold it way far away so they can't get it. All right, we're gonna keep on going here. So everybody hold on
Make you feel
tight.
bad on the inside? It should.
No, I'm the opposite swimming.
I know they're in the water or something.
That's hilarious. I've never seen them just sit in there like that.
Maybe that.
That is so
Right
funny.
there. Look at you.
Ostriches, are not very intelligent animals. They could stand up to 8 feet tall, the males, but their brain is about the size of a half of a walnut. So that is just about what they do. Just kind of stand there. We used to have them come up to the truck, but we learned very quickly that they love shiny things like necklaces and earrings and sunglasses. So they kept taking them from people. And they don't know where the leaf ends and the fingers begin, so they were pecking. So we don't have them come up to the truck. Long story short. Now over there, I actually see some swimming rhinos. Well, rhinos can't swim, but they're in the water, just like the ostriches are. That's way over on the other side. We do offer another tour. It's called Saving a Species Tour that goes out into that area. It's about 28 acres, and you get to observe the white rhinos real close. And they are massive. They can get up to 8,000 pounds, so they are really big animals. And we have 3 of them out there, and they are just gorgeous. And you also get to come back and meet the black rhinos. Black rhinos are quite a bit smaller. There's one. I can see the rump of one. Kind of looks like a moving rock. Now the black rhinos are about 5,000 pounds smaller than the white rhinos, but they are just as impressive when they are close up, and they're really cool. So you get to get an interaction with them, and then you also come over here and do the giraffe interaction too. That is called, again, the Saving Species Tour, if you ever want to go on that. It does, some of the proceeds go directly to the World Wildlife Fund to help conserve the white rhinos and the rest of the rhinos out in Africa. Because their populations have diminished by 98% since 1970. So they're almost gone. There is the Saving Species Tour right now. Here in your giraffe interaction. Yeah, they got one. That's the teeny. That's the other little one that I have a hard time distinguishing from much younger counterparts. The teeny's 2 years old. She's over 2 years old. She's just a very small giraffe. She was about 80 pounds when she was born, so she's just a little girl. And she has a brother, a new brother. He was born in January. His name's Buccaneer. He also is very small. Their mom just gives birth to small animals. Hello!
She doesn't. She doesn't really?
Look at her. The teety's great. She's touched all over. She's proud. Now up here, the 2 spotted giraffes that you see coming up on the driver's side. That is Selena. That is the 165-pound baby. She is only a year and a half. Look at the size of her compared to the one that we just had. She is quickly getting close to the size of her mom, who is standing right next to her. That is Cupid. So that poor girl had to carry that around 15 months, and then 165 pounds. Yeah. She's a big girl. She still is a very big girl. Cupid was very young when she had her. She was only about 4 years old, which is fairly young for a giraffe to have a baby. So it's shocking that she was able to have one of that size and for her first one. But they're both doing absolutely fine. Cupid's a real beautiful girl. She's got a heart-shaped face. If she looks over, Cupid! 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 They do respond to their names. You'll see their ears go towards you, but see her face, how it's kind of heart-shaped? That's why she's named Cupid, and also because she was born very close to February. She's about 6 now. I think she just turned 6. Very pretty giraffe. And that spotting pattern was something that was passed on through the genes. Cupid's mom had the spots too. They're kind of like freckles on us. So they do have different patterns. They have different fur colors and stuff like that. Tango over here is very dark. Gorgeous, gorgeous animal.
Well, that's Tango.
That's Tango right there.
Tango.
That's the Tango the Terrible. Hi, girlie. She's just adorable, but she does love. She's also the plastic eater that I was talking about. How we have a plastic teeth too. Yeah, she likes to chew it up and swallow it. Not good for a giraffe, let me tell you. Yeah, Tango likes to take off the windshield wipers off of the trucks too. Yeah, she does lots of stuff that we don't like, but she's adorable, so gotta keep her around because she's just beautiful with that real dark fur. Different than all the other ones. Here's one of our bird feeder stations. None of those birds belong to Busch Gardens. They are all freeloaders. As we so lovingly refer to them. That's a very young wood stork right there. He still has feathers on top of his head. That's how you can tell how old a wood stork is. The more feathers on their head, the younger they are. Well, do you guys have any last questions or anything to ask before we go ahead and disembark? All set? You guys have a good time? You like that? Good. Go drink some water. That's what I'm gonna do before I pass out. I'm gonna go out there again.
They're very